Hello and welcome to the Cinco de Mayo edition of Prep Rally, brought to you by the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. We're in the final week of the regular season for sports teams in Class 6A and 5A, while teams in Class 4A and below are into regional tournament play this week across the state. But before we move into this week's highlights, let's go back to last Thursday when the Bentonville Lady Tigers hooked up with the Rogers Lady Mounties in a softball game that would decide the 6A West Conference Championships. That didn't take long for Bentonville to grab the early momentum as Emily Perry launched a solo home run to lead off the bottom of the first inning for the Lady Tigers. Perry's blast was the kickstart Bentonville was looking for, but they were far from done. The Lady Tigers added 8 more runs to the scoreboard, and senior pitcher Mackenzie Vaughn held Rogers' bats in check in a 9-0 win that clinched the league championship for the Bentonville Lady Tigers. Now, Vaughn was helped by several exceptional defensive plays behind her, including a pair of Webb Gym quality catches in left field by Alyssa Rushing. Rushing made 2 diving catches, including one that likely prevented a couple of runs for Rogers. Bentonville coach Kent Early said seeing Rushing make spectacular plays was nothing new.
You know, defensively today, you guys made a lot of great plays. Talk about the 2 big plays in left field by Rushing.
Well, that's why she's there. You know, last year she started as our center fielder, and now I believe we probably have, you know, you hate to say, well, I don't hate to say it, I like to say it, we probably have the fastest outfield out there. Those kids can run down balls, and that's why they're there. And she does that every day in practice. Her and Stafford are the most diving kids you've ever seen. If there's a close ball, they're going to get turf burns because they're going after it. And she played like she practiced.
Now, Perry, who went 3 for 4 and added a double and an RBI single for the Lady Tigers, said she was just trying to give her team a jolt early by belting what was her 4th lead-off home run of the season. Now, despite the loss, Rogers clinched the number 2 seed from the 6A West for next week's 6A state tournament, which will be played in Cabot. Now, Rogers coach Mike Harper said earning a high seed was his team's goal all season.
We played basically all year for the state tournament.
Right.
And all that stuff, and so that's what we've been talking about all year long. We're trying to build to the point when we go play the state tournament that we're playing it the best that we can play. And so we're going to simulate lots of stuff in practice, you know, in the next 2 weeks and try to get better.
Now, with the top 2 seeds decided, the battle for the number 3 seed was decided on Monday as Bentonville West went on the road and knocked off Fort Smith Southside in a huge game. Laney Tapp delivered a big hit late in the game that helped the Lady Wolverines earn the win. Now, the teams in Class 4A and below, they have moved into regional tournament play this week, and we will have a complete regional tournament schedule at the end of the show. Now, for the Farmington Lady Cardinals, they earned the number 1 seed from the 4A1 conference after their 4-0 win against Pea Ridge last Saturday. Now, pitcher Carson Griggs earned the win in the circle in a complete game shutout. And in Class 3A, Boonville continued its sensational season with the win against Paris in the 3A4 conference championship game. Now, Harrison will be the host site of both the 4A North and the 3A1 regional tournaments this week, and those will start on Thursday. Now, in Class 4A baseball, Shiloh Christian edged Farmington to claim the 4A1 conference tournament. Both teams will be in regional tournament play on Thursday, also in Harrison, along with teams in the 3A1. So Harrison will be hosting the 4A North baseball and softball and the 3A1 regional baseball and softball at the same time. Now, the 6A West soccer season is wrapping up this week, and there was a huge match on Tuesday in Fayetteville. The Lady Bulldogs in Bentonville hooked up for the 6A West Conference Championship at Harmon Stadium. Now, Fayetteville struck for a pair of goals and claimed a 2-1 win and the number 1 seed for next week's Class 6A state soccer tournament, which will be played at both Springdale High, Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium, and also at Wildcat Stadium at Springdale Harbor. Our Rick Fires covered Tuesday's match for the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
As far as the number 1 seed and conference, I mean, that's our goal from August. We've been talking about it. We've embraced it. You know, I think sometimes people get scared of that, and I was like, girls, let's be that team. Let's go out, and you know, you hope to go undefeated, but it's something that's really hard to do, especially in the 6A West. I mean, there's so many good teams here: Rogers, Bentonville West. I mean, all those guys, and I can't wait to see how everybody does in state.
Now, Tuesday's win completed an undefeated conference slate for Fayetteville, while Bentonville had 2 losses against 9 wins and 2 ties. Now, moving over to track, Bentonville hosted the 6A West Conference meet last week at the Tiger Athletic Complex. The meet was originally scheduled for Thursday, but severe rain last week, like 10 inches of rain at one point, that forced the meet to be moved to Friday. The Bentonville West boys claimed the team title in a tight race with Bentonville and Fayetteville, and this was the first conference track title in school history for the Wolverines. So a great job there by Bentonville West. Now on the girls' side, Bentonville scored 202 points to run away with the team championship by more than 60 points over runner-up Rogers and third place Fayetteville. So congratulations are in order there. Now, Springdale Harbor's Kenley Hall was a record setter in the 400 as she turned it on over the final 200 meters to clock a 57.25 seconds to break the meet record.
Congratulations on not only winning the 400, but you break the conference record in doing so.
Thank you.
What was the race like today?
I just knew I had to get 57 and beat the Luder's girl from Rogers because she was like #1 in the state. So my goal was just to catch her and to try to push past her.
Where did you had to catch her at?
Yeah. Like the 200 mark. I was behind her the whole race, but then the 200 I had to try to catch up with her and run faster and pass her.
Now the Class 6A state track and field meet will be held this Thursday at Rogers Heritage. Now we also want to congratulate P. Ridge for winning both the girls and the boys Class 4A state team titles on Tuesday. And also P. Ridge senior Blakely Wynn broke the 4A state meet record in the 300 hurdles. Now, photos like the ones seen in today's show can be seen and purchased on our website at nwaonline.com/photo. So be sure and check those out in the digital edition of the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. And also be sure and check out our weekly Prep Rally podcast every Wednesday as we talk to area coaches in all sports along with other special guests from across the state. The Prep Rally podcast can be heard on SoundCloud, Apple, Google Play, Spotify, and Stitcher, so be sure and check that out each week. Now, winter sports ended a while back, but standouts in basketball, wrestling, and swim and dive will be recognized this Sunday in the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette as we release our annual All NWADG teams. So be sure and check those out and check out these outstanding athletes this Sunday, May the 9th, the All NWADG winter sports teams. That's it for this week's edition of Prep Rally, but be sure and join us back here next week as we recap the 6A state track meet, the regional baseball and softball tournaments, and we take a look at next week's state tournaments. Thanks for watching. See you next time.